All right, guys, we're in the chat. You guys can let me know. I'm going to stay on here. This is a gainers list. So this is what's basically in the market. You guys let me know. I have some charts up. Just let me know what picks. You come in here and I'll give you my opinion. And yeah, also you want to actually trade stocks and you want to learn, consider using the stock challenge. A stock challenge is a good way to trade. Let me know if you're curious about the stock challenge. I'll put the link into the chat for those who want to learn it. Okay. Alright guys, I am in the chats over here. Again, you guys can let me know. I've got a free list for you right here. And yeah, I am here making myself available. That list right there, there's a free scan. Got any questions? Let me know. You let me know. I'm here to talk. I am looking at the chats. I'm here to chat with you. We can talk about a lot of things. We can talk about anything. Mindset, business, music theory. What does it take to learn stock trading? I mean, all sorts of stuff is on the table. Anything. here for you guys. I am here for you. So, I am in the chat. Ask me anything. I am here for you. When I say I'm here for you, what I mean is I am here for you. I will tell you everything that I have learned for trading stocks, day trading, swing trading, anything that you want to know. All I ask is that you be somewhat respectful. You're willing to talk to anything. Guys, stock market is a beautiful thing. It'll change your life. You don't have to risk a lot of money. I have an affiliate link where you can take our stock challenge, get a free account. You have to pass an evaluation. It's not easy to pass, but it can be done. Can you pass it? You just guys let me know. I am here for you. Yo, what's good, Battle? I'm here. What's up, Battle? I am playing a ranked game because I am a top ranked player in Mobile Legends. I am kicking ass and taking names is what I am doing. And, yeah. That is what I'm doing. What you up to, Battle? Got anything good? Talk to me. How's the family? Sometimes people come in here just to have a conversation with me. Hope you're doing well. Also, Battle. Let's see. All right. Yo. Gainers and losers list. Just got some stocks and stuff charts. Nothing crazy. You guys know how it is. You know I'm always into something. It's my nature. My nature is the older I get, the less I sleep. And I really made a point to try to help anybody that I can that wants to learn how to invest and make money. I can't help it if people... I'm just chilling. Fam is good. I just grilled out for father-in-law's birthday. Awesome. So father-in-law's birthday is right around the Mother's Day. By the way, is the music sound good with my voice? Can you hear me okay in addition to the music? All the audio good? You know I'm not the biggest tech guy. It took a lot for me. I didn't use Streamlabs for almost 10 years. And then finally I decided to try to use it. So hopefully everything can hear good. Just so you know, anybody that wants to learn to trade stocks, day trade or swing trade, I got something good for them. So, I actually won a trading contest. Cool. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm going to put my affiliate link in here. I always put my disclaimer. Yeah, I am part of this community, and I've won a trading contest. I've won free $5,000 evaluation accounts, and it literally is really cool. Basically, if you ever wanted to day trade or swing trade, just learn how to do it, then there's no reason why you can't do it. There is no reason. It's just a matter of education. And what most people lack is enough money to be able to do that. So you know what I did? I got a partnership. I got in a partnership which allows you to only risk a little bit of money, learn to trade, and there is the link right there. There it is right there. We're going to pin that message. You can go see what they have on sale, and that's my affiliate link. There you go. That's my code. So what am I bullish on? Okay, are we talking, sounds good. Okay, are we talking, the list right here is what I'm bullish on in the, so I'm going to take my camera and show you guys right here. This is what I'm looking at. Okay, I put the affiliate stuff. I'm over here. I've got this over here and a couple other charts. Okay, So for me, and also I am a bull. What am I bullish on right now? Semiconductors. Semiconductors are hot. ARM is really good. Now, it depends on if we're talking about a trade, a short-term trade, a long-term trade, an investment. They're all different categories of trading. You got short trades, which you'll trade in a day. Like today, I made over $300, and I made over $300 in an hour just trading ATRA. And how did I know about ATRA? I hooked up to the Discord, saw it in my chat, put it up, and I traded it. But right now, what I'm bullish on right here are these right here. RPGL, these are all my bullish picks, and these are all my bearish picks. They're right here. All of these companies, if you look to the left, okay, you're a long-term guy, okay? So here's the thing. Long-term is going to create wealth. No doubts in my mind. But while you're creating that long-term wealth, like most people have a retirement, right? They're putting money into a retirement and they're doing index funds. You should continue to do that. But in addition to that, there's nothing wrong with doing some day trades and swing tradings that make you faster money. And then you take your profits and then put those profits into your long-term investments. That is how you basically run a hedge fund. You take longs and shorts based on the market. And yeah, that's kind of my strategy. And in case nobody knows, I have a solid bronze bull right here. I am a bull. Definitely a bull. I don't short as much. I am more of a long trader. You see, when you short stocks, you're taking money from other people. And some people like to do that. It is the market. When you long, everybody's making money together. So my trading style is definitely more bullish. One of the problems, though, is bad news trades faster than good news. So because bad news trades faster than good news, these are my short plays. But I prefer to go long, right? I will play some short plays. I'm not going to say I'm not. If there's a company doing really bad, I might hop in if they're not doing well. But semiconductors, NVIDIA, Meta, ARM, Micro, MU, I'm long all of those. I'm a big believer that that is the future. What is up? I'm Coach Chris. That is me. Woo! And while people are talking, I'm going to play my little mobile game. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I absolutely love this game because I am about to be a mythical glory, which is top 5% of players on Earth. And I'm just competitive, man. I like to play video games. I like to play basketball. I like to compete. The other day, I'm almost 40 years old, guys. And being that old, I took 20-year-olds on the court and whooped their ass in a game of basketball in 21, 2 games in a row. And then I got tired, so I was like, all right, I'm done. And they didn't like that, but they couldn't beat me. So I'm very competitive. So you're a long-term guy, no way affiliated. Click on my link, use my code. You know, in 10 years, I have made not 1 single cent from YouTube. But I do this to give back because I believe whatever you're pursuing in life, whenever you're successful on something, you know what you should do? You should give back. That's what I believe. You should always give back. And you know, I don't know when we're going to get full conductors, but I'll tell you this. The companies that are investing in it, Intel, AMD, NVIDIA, the market says they're hot. And since they're hot, I think we should continue to trade them. I definitely think we should continue to trade them. I don't think there's any reason on earth. I don't think there's any reason to stop trading them. Look at AMD. Look at NVIDIA. Meta. Apple. There's a lot of small caps too. I prefer, here lately, I have really gotten into the small caps. I really like them. I don't know when we're going to get full conductors. I don't know. It's not my job to know. But my job is to find the companies who are currently doing what needs to be done to make the market move. And if you look at the sectors in the economy, that's what's moving the economy. So that's where I stand on that. Great question, by the way. Great question. Absolutely great question. Love that question. Any other questions? Ooh, this team's tough. They're testing me. But what they don't know is I'm a mage that blows fire, and I really protect my team. The guy on my team does a lot of damage. All I do is protect him. My job is a bodyguard in the game for him. I protect my damage dealer. Boom. Oh, man, if you can hold one stock till you retire, you ready for it? That is a great question. That is a great question. The answer, NVDA. NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA will make you a millionaire. Or ARM, A-R-M. ARM, well, I think ARM is what you want to play for the next 5 to 10 years, but long term, I'm betting NVIDIA. The CEO of NVIDIA created a multi-billion-dollar company with his friends at an IHOP restaurant in the middle of a corner. They knew nothing about chips, but they knew the potential, and they built the company. They're down-to-earth people. Their earnings are great. And, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, great question, but it's going to be NVIDIA. I am really bullish on NVIDIA. Great question. Great question, No Way Affiliated. By the way, you click on that link I put out there. I'm telling you. Or, I've been telling people this too. Let me Control C. Uh-oh, where is it? Control C, Control V. The link is in the top of the chat, and that is my code. Why don't you try this? Get a $5,000 challenge for only like 20 or 30. I think it's like $59 for an account that you get unlimited time to make 6%. Once you make 6%, you get a funded account and you get their money. And then after that, you can request a payout every 2 weeks. So literally you can trade, and they have accounts from 5,000 all the way up, from 5,000 all the way up to 100,000. But in my experience, most people are scared to trade because they don't want to lose too much of their own money. So take a little bit of money, see if you can pass the challenge. For example, one of the challenges is a 60-day challenge for like $90. And you pass the challenge, you'll get $25,000 to trade. You trade it, you make money, you get a 70-30 payout. It is absolutely the best deal online for someone who doesn't know how to trade stocks. It comes with Discord, a YouTube Live, videos, books, a community of 10,000 people, and you got me. You get me. You get me. As a matter of fact, I think the community itself is worth more than the funded program. You got people in there that are millionaires trading. You got people all over the world trading. I mean, you don't even have to know what you're doing. You just learn from them. They literally tell you what they're trading. And you get in, you follow what they do, and you just repeat what they do. They do it every single day. And you can trade pre-market. You can trade after-market. You can trade during the market. Literally 24/7 trading, 5 days a week. You can work all day, do a challenge, get off work, put a couple trades in, and boom, there you go. It is absolutely amazing. And that's my rant on that. But it's NVIDIA. Next question. Next question. You got me. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because I got a little nicotine in my system. And when I get nicotine in my brain goes crazy, crazy, crazy awesome. My body seems to respond well to nicotine. It works better than Adderall for my ADHD. But yeah, this is my list. I'll break down a single stock once this round is over. If we get enough people in here, let me talk, and then I'll get through this round. And once I'm done with this round, because my team's kind of like looking like they might give up, and I can't stand a team that gives up. Mama didn't raise no quitter. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Anyways, favorite dividend stock. Ooh,
Realty.
I think Realty, and there's also an ETF that gives a monthly dividend of 2%. But my favorite is the real estate. Realty. It's an investment ETF. That's my favorite. Depends on your style. I think dividends are great. Anything that yields a consistent dividend, as well as the asset increasing in value, is a good play. Great question. But I'm gonna have to go with Realty. The ticker is O. Just O. That's my favorite. It's always been a good pick. And I can do that while playing a video game, smoking my little nicotine vape. You see that? Isn't that crazy? I don't have to use Google and all that. Why not try a short-term trade? Have you tried doing day trading or swing trading with like a bounce strategy with an MACD and a 920-day EMA and cross-referencing it to the SPY or QQQs? Do you know how to do that? If not, we teach that in the challenge. Hey, give yourself some credit. See, that's not bad. Realty is a pretty solid pick in my opinion. You see, when you invest in a stock, yeah, Vicky's fine. Vicky's fine. Yeah. But here's the thing. I want to invest in companies that reinvest their capital into the company. So dividends are great, but I think if more people would learn to trade companies proper, you will get a better return overall, in my humble opinion. I think you'll get a better return trading companies that reinvest in growth versus a dividend. Dividends are better for large caps once they're established, but it eats cash flow. And a good company needs to reinvest to continue to grow. So although dividends are great, I don't think it's the best way to make a lot of money. I think you have to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to make dividends work it. That is my humble opinion. Damn, I am getting slaughtered because I'm half paying attention. Yeah, the Vicky, V-I-C-I. Here, I'll pull it up. Here's Realty right here because I just got slaughtered. I just got slaughtered by an assassin, which was kind of shitty, but it is what it is. Okay, we'll pull this down to here. Realty. Oh. You see? If you look at the last 3 months, 4-hour chart, you know, you can see this is Realty. Realty is actually a good buy. By the way, when did you buy Realty? What's your dollar cost average? Because this support line right here, yeah, damn, I just died again. Let's take a look at it. I think my team's mad at me this round. They're like, why the fuck aren't you paying attention? And I'm like, well, my bad. Yeah, we died. Okay, that round's over. So now, since that round is over, we got slaughtered. Anyways, this is Realty over here. Let me move my big ass head out the way. All right. Here we go. All right. Realty is right here. See this? For those who want the scanner, those are my picks for in the morning. These are the gappers, and these are the gappers down. So if you're a bear, this is your list. If you're a bull, this is your list. Okay? Yo, yeah, look at this. Oh, where's it at? Realty. Here we go. Here's Realty right here. So let's take a look at the 1 year. Oh, yeah, okay. So let's take a look at this. Current price is right here. In case you're wondering, the blue is pre-market. So this is overall trend. So how I would look at this is like this. I would take a line and I would do this. You see how right here we had a big spike up followed by a crease? This is an important line. So I put a dot here and I would draw this. Well, bam. Then I would take another line, right? And I would put it here and I would draw it here. Okay. These are your support lines. Good buys are around, a good dollar cost average is around 61. And then if it drops lower, I would get back in at around 69. And once you get close to this numbers up here, you're looking at a good push. So I think right here is the entry point. This is the first entry point. You see how back in 2026 in January, we had a high peak here? We draw this line all the way to here. And wouldn't you know it, this January, a few months ago, is the exact spot where we're forming. This was a resistance. This was a resistance line that we pushed through. Old resistance, I learned this from Josh S., right? I have O for a little more than a year. I'm up 7%, not including dividends. Yeah, that's what I mean. O Realty is going to give you an asset based on real estate in addition to a dividend. So I think it's the best dividend play. There's other dividends that are going to pay. There's other picks that will pay you more dividend, but the asset itself goes down. So yeah, what's your dollar cost average? No way affiliated. What's your dollar cost average for O Realty? Do you know what your dollar cost average is approximately? If you made 7% overall, I'm guessing that you probably got in the 60s, because if you got in at 65 or 64, you're currently down. So what's your dollar cost average? And let me know, and we can put another pick in. All right. Makes sense, makes sense. All right, let's take a look at another one you picked on the list. Let me put my scanner back up, because a lot of people, when they come in, they'll look at this scanner. This scanner is a really good scanner, guys. The scanner is part of the community of trading that I'm in. It's a really good scanner. All right, you said I have O for a little more than a year. I'm up 7%. I have 100 shares of JEPI. All right, let's check out JEPI. JEPI. Oh, JP Morgan. That's right. What's your dollar cost for JP Morgan? Ooh, let's take a look. Let's take a look. JP Morgan, let's go back to, I'm going to go to a daily chart. And we're going to go back a daily chart over the last 10 years. All right. Let me load it real quick. It's pulling all the data for the last 10 years. Let it catch up real quick. Hell, we'll just do it for the last 5 years. That'll be easier. All right, let's see here. Maybe in the last year. Let's do a 5-year, 4-hour chart. I like the 4-hour chart. Okay, so here's JP Morgan. Okay. We're looking at the last 3 months. Let's go back to a year. There we go. So you look at the last year in JP Morgan, check it out. The biggest thing is your dollar cost average. Bullshit, your app does show dollar cost average. What do you mean it doesn't show your dollar cost average? You don't know how much your average price is? Well, you do you, but I like to know my dollar cost average because I compare. How do you know when it's a good deal or a bad deal? Unless you're just going to dollar cost average, which is okay. But no, the price you paid, the price that your average share cost. Every app I've ever invested in or every software has always shown me that. Unless you're using something that doesn't show you that. And if you're doing that, I wouldn't do it. Because your dollar cost average is the number, right? That's how I do it. But yeah, so JP Morgan has been as high as 59 and it's currently down to 56. I think it's a buy between 55. So as long as your dollar cost average is somewhere between, hopefully between 55 or so, it's not bad. But look at that. It might take you 4 months. Shows your versus current value. Yeah. Now, there's a way to figure it out. But whatever. So JPI, okay, so you're doing large cap. What's another one? You got JEPQ, QQI. Is the QQQI the dividend paying one? Why don't you have any small caps, man? I mean, right? I mean, have you not looked at AMD in the last month? Like AMD, you could have made 80% in a month instead of waiting. JP Morgan is going to take you 80 years to make 80%. You could save yourself 80 years of time by taking 10 to 20 shares and putting it in AMD. Like, AMD is where I would be. But, you know, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Look at AMD. This is what I want. I want something that's going to go to the fucking moon. Yeah, you know? Like, look. Today is the 7th, right? 5-7. This is 410. 200 up to 400. Your 100 shares, you would have doubled your money in the last month with AMD. And all you would have had to done is been part of the stock community in that thing, and they would have told you that. So, call me crazy, but if you're trying to build a portfolio with large caps, you're going to be a long time. You know, 100 shares is okay, but look at this. Why not buy 10 shares for 3,400, right? And then, you know, go from 3,000. So buying 10 shares at 2,000 and then making, I don't know, $2,000 in like, I don't know, less than a month. And then taking that profit, selling some of it, and then putting it in another investment. It's on the watch list. Yeah, I bet it is. But now it's pulled up. It should have been on the buy list, not the QQs and JP Morgan. Fuck JP Morgan, dude. I'm not trying to be mean, but why would you? I mean, JP Morgan, it's a great company, sure, but it's gonna take a year to move up 3%. Nah, man. Take smaller amounts of money that have a greater risk reward profile. Hell, you could have bought 20 shares and made more money in a month than 1,000 shares of JP Morgan. You're getting a better deal with them. And semiconductors are hot. You know, knowledge is power, my friend. Let me tell you something, brother. Knowledge is power. So, good on you for investing. I love it. But, you know, if it was up to me, I'm going to go in I mean, hell, you could have bought Apple stock recently. AAPL. Look at this. Apple. Look at Apple. Okay, 6 days ago. And there was earnings that came out. Okay. 6 days ago, you could have bought at 275 and it went up to 287. But just look at this chart from Apple. Crazy good. Bouncing right here. Up. I mean, God, look at this from here. Back in April, it was 246. It went up 40. That's 4 times more return than your JP Morgan. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, let's see another one. GPIG. Let's see. And also, if I sound harsh, don't take me too harsh. I don't know. I don't think this is in this. QQQI. Let's see. Okay. Now, there you go. So, when did you get in at QQQI, and how come your app doesn't show you your dollar cost? Yeah, that's cool. Up over 100%. That's awesome. AVGO, broadband. Hey, those are great. NVIDIA, Tesla. That's cool. But how long did it take you to get that 100%? Trust me, holding long term you should do. But in the market that we're in right now, if you're not buying some of these small caps right now, the last couple weeks you literally missed out on like so much money. Just my humble opinion as someone who's been trading for a long time. I didn't get into day trading and swing trading till later, but those large caps are great. I love Microsoft. I love broadband. I love Apple. I love Bank of America. I love all of those. But why don't you know your dollar cost average? Because if you're just putting money in and you're just going by percentage and you don't know your dollar cost average, you're leaving money on the table. Every pick that I've ever invested, I know what my average price for share is, and I use that to determine when I'm going to get out and sell. That is the equivalent of selling a car that you have no idea what it's worth. Let's say you buy a car and you fix it up and you know it's worth 20 grand if you fix it up, or it's worth 10 grand. You buy it for 1,000, you put 2,000 in parts, now you got 3,000 and you could sell it for 20. If you don't know what it's worth or the dollar cost average, how are you going to know what to sell it? How are you going to figure that out? So I think it's very important to know these things, in my humble opinion. But to each their own. If you're green, keep at it. Balance the portfolio. Balance the portfolio. Always balance it. All right. Any other picks? Let's look at NVIDIA, NVDA. And the fact that you own it, I would own it for a long time. But even though it's a good pick, if you have another company that comes out and they have a lot of potential, that's a smaller company, you're going to make more. You're going to risk a little more. And yeah, I get that. Yeah, when you buy and hold, you don't think about it, which is fine. And that's where money is being lost. That's why a combination of the two. You buy and hold at a dollar cost average. I commend you on that. But there's so much money you're leaving on the table. You already have a brokerage account, right? If you're just dollar cost averaging, yeah, you're going to make money. But if you gave me the same amount of money that you invested in that, I would get thousands of % more return. Thousands, not hundreds, thousands. That's the difference. The average S&P index fund compounds at 7 to 10%. It takes 7 to 10% to double your money. You can take half of your cash or 60% in your large caps. Yeah, let them run, but then find these little deals in the small caps, and then that's where you're going to make really big gains in a short period of time. And it's a combination of the two. You see what I'm saying? And I get it. It's a little scary for some people, but when you have the right tools, like in the morning, check this out. Check this out. ATRA. I did this trade today. ATRA right here this morning. Let's go over to the... We're going to go ATRA. Oh, I was like, I put the wrong thing in. ATRA. Check this out. Look at that. How about buying down here at $5 and then it's shooting up here to 10 and doubling your money in a day? How about that? Most people don't have the time for it. That's what they say. But you don't really have to if you automate your trading and you program bots to do it, which is not that hard to do with Claude and Perplexity. But check this out. Let's take a 5-minute chart. I was looking at, this was my best trade earlier today. Okay, pre-market. You see this blue? Oh, man. eBay and GameStop? I'm watching it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they already did, and they offered market share. So check this out. You see this blue? Pre-market, right? Pre-market, push up, come back down to the low. You buy in at 680, you hold it. You put a stop loss down here. You program it. You just program it to stop loss if it goes down. You're getting a 10-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You put $100 in, you put $1,000 in, whatever. And look how it soars all the way up to 1205. Literally doubled its money. And why did it double? Because they got FDA approval. But how would anybody know that? Well, they use a scanner like this. Here's the scanner. Where's it at? Excuse me. You got me excited now. You got the scanner right here. It was in the scanner in the morning. It gapped up. The gap up stocks gap up sometimes for a lot of reasons, but all you had to do was Google ATRA, why did it gap up? Before its FDA approval got rejected. Then the FDA approval got accepted. That news led it to basically break out. Very simple play. And then it was just a matter of picking in your dollar. What did you want to get in and what did you want to leave for? Those are the things that allowed it to be in a crazy run. I only put in about 50 shares. I thought about going in for about 500 to 1,000, and that would have been a $4,000 day. $4,000 day. Making more in 1 to 2 hours than some people make in a month. Right? That potential is very real in the market, and that skill can be taught. Especially in the bull market that we've been having recently. And I am watching GameStop and eBay. I think GameStop and eBay are not necessarily good long-term holds, but I think for a trade, yeah. Let's see here. Let's pull this back down here. Yeah, well, look at this. GME. I think GameStop is GME. Yeah. I know like 100 tickers. Yeah, so you look at this. You have GameStop over the last 5 days. Let's say you look at GameStop over the last, let me get this out of the way. I can't see over here. Let's say you take GameStop for the last 3 months. I still like a 4-hour chart. And you look at GameStop for the last year. Oh yeah. GameStop is definitely a good buy, but even GameStop, you know, you're looking at $24 to $28. Not bad, but I don't think the risk-reward ratio is that good. I think it already had a big push. I don't think it's going to soar like people think. Not enough liquidity. I mean, there's enough liquidity, but I don't think there's enough people in the market looking at GameStop right now because semiconductors are so hot. If you look at XLC, XLY, XLP, these right here, right? You see those right there? There's XLP, XLY. Those are rotating. So while semiconductors are hot, my advice is to follow the money. Remember, the trend is your friend until it ends. The trend is your friend until it ends. And that's from Ed Seykota, who turned 5,000 into 15 million over 5,000 into 15 million using the same strategy that I am very, very much liking. All right, enough of that. Pop this back down. Pull that over here. And now I've got to pay attention to this round because my team is getting slaughtered. All right. Next question. I was telling people about AMD before financial advisors in the industry knew about it. Because in my experience, most financial advisors are not stockbrokers. You know what they do? The stockbrokers pick the picks, and the financial advisors don't really understand why they're picking what they pick. They have people that pick it, and they don't know the why. And if you don't know the why, you're going to be limited to the amount of profit. That's why you need to go to earning meetings. You need to have a Discord. Hell, use Claude and Perplexity. It does all of it for you. In my humble opinion. Jesus, this round's tough. I'm a top-ranked mage in this game, and I'm very competitive. I love sports. I'm super competitive. I was an athlete. I still compete as much as I can. I love competing. And the market is a great way to compete. I don't care. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what broadcasting vertical means. And look, I'm going to go live and I'm going to share some stock picks. And if people want to learn, cool. If they don't, I'm not trying to be a streamer and do content and make it look beautiful. I'm going to show people some things that are valuable and then show them my link that if they want to learn. And that's it. So, I don't even know what vertical streaming means, man. Hell, I didn't even know what Streamlabs was for the longest time. Alright. So, man, we're getting slaughtered. We're down 12-1. What's funny is people come in here to my chat. Oh, you mean like this? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to change. Oh, I got to change this music because if I don't change the music, this is going to get copyrighted. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I was under the impression that Streamlabs, when I go live, that's just the screen. So, let's see here. We got the audio back? Yeah, it fell unplugged. All right. See, whenever I stream, this is what happens, right? I can clear everything off of my panel right through here. There's my watch list. There's my other list. Now, when I do this, I have my chat up here in the background, which is kind of cool, right? I can take this and I can go wide and I can do that. Let's see. Webcam is right there. Sources. Oh, you know what I just realized? Capture. Video capture. Let's do this. Sources. Game capture. Capture your game. Capture your video. Screen monitor. Like this. Add source. Well, bam. You talking about like that? Is that better? Is that better? Does that look better? Well, bam. See, now I put this in, this is what happens. You see? My thing goes away. Well, bam. Delete. Okay. There we go. You talking about like that? Is that better? God damn it. To tell you the truth, I actually thought it was full screen. You talking about like that? See? That's as large as it'll let me go. I can't go any larger. Okay. So, if I take this and I go down, I have a screen in the background. That's as large as it can look. You see what I mean? Let's see this. I have this. I am under the impression that this is full screen. Now, when I put a chart up like this, boom. Well, bam. Is that full screen? Does that look better? Does that look better? All right. You got my attention. Does that work? Yeah, I don't even know what vertical means, man. I don't know what that means, dude. Look, people say I'm really smart in some ways, but I'm like a child in other ways. And to be fair for you, to be truthful, you know what I'm about to do? I'm actually this close. You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to stop doing all this stuff that I actually do on streaming and just say, you know what? The people that are in my circle in the Discord and stuff, I'm about to just like say, okay, I'm going to stay at that. That's kind of what I want to do because I just don't like streaming and doing all of it. It's so much work to try to teach people. And it's so funny because the people that people are believing are so good at editing, but typically they don't know shit about what they're talking about. You see what I mean? So, and I don't have to teach people this. I don't have to take my time to do it. Yeah, see, the thing is, when people are scrolling, I never go look at streams because I just don't care. But on that note, we're going up on an hour. I am going to go to sleep now because I'm going to get up at 4 in the morning to get ready to do what I need to do. So, stay good, no way affiliated. I hope I answered some questions.